Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Jason here with some news on PlayStation Plus. Officially, this morning, they announced new changes that are coming in June to PlayStation Plus. So let's jump into the details, and I'll give you kind of what I'm thinking about it and how I feel about it compared to Game Pass, because a lot of people were saying these changes were going to be comparable to Game Pass, Xbox's Game Pass. Let's see if that's actually true. So let's read some of the official announcements. And if you want to get the details for yourself, link down below in the description to the full PlayStation blog article. So this is officially from PlayStation. That way you can read it for yourself and get all the details if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber right now. So this will affect you coming in June. So we have the all-new PlayStation Plus launches in June with 700 plus games and more value than ever. So a lot of people were saying that it's going to be called PlayStation Elite or PlayStation Spartacus. We now officially know it's just going to stay as PlayStation Plus, but they're going to be adding more features to it and combining, in some cases, some features into it. So let's read some of these, the beginning of this article. Since launching PlayStation Plus in 2010, Sony has been at the forefront of innovation with game subscription services. We were thrilled to be the first console membership service that included a refreshed library of games through PlayStation Plus, and also launched the first console game streaming service with PlayStation Now. Okay, you're gonna tout your accomplishments, okay. Today we are pleased to share with you the official news about changes coming to our subscription service. This June, we're bringing together PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now in an all-new PlayStation Plus subscription service that provides more choice to customers across 3 membership tiers globally. So officially now, they are saying that PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now are going to be combined into one subscription service. You don't have to buy PlayStation Now separately or PlayStation Plus separately. It's all going to be one. It will be one single subscription with different layers, different tiers of what you get for your price. Our focus on providing high-quality, curated content with a diverse portfolio of games below is an overview of the membership tiers. So here's what you get. PlayStation Plus Essential. This is going to be your lowest tier, the cheapest tier. Benefits provides the same benefits that PlayStation Plus members are getting today. So this is just your regular PlayStation Plus membership. 2 monthly games that you get for free for your membership fee, exclusive discounts, cloud storage, online multiplayer. There are no changes for existing PlayStation Plus members. Okay, so if you're a member, this is the normal one that you would be paying for right now. And then as you can see, the price for it, it's going to be $10 a month or $60 a year. So you get a little bit of a discount if you buy it for a year, because technically if you're paying $10 a month, that would equal out to be about $120 a year if you buy it month to month. Buy it once a year, the annual subscription, you get a little bit of a discount. And then you see Europe, United Kingdom, Japan, all the different price breakdowns on that one. Then we have PlayStation Plus Extra. This provides all the benefits of the Essential, so you get everything from the Essential tier, and it adds a catalog of up to 400, keep that in mind, up to 400, of the most enjoyable PS4 and PS5 games, including blockbuster hits, blah, 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 blah. Games in the Extra tier are downloadable for play, so that's another thing to keep in mind. In the Extra tier, all these games are specifically downloadable. This is going to be $14 or $14.99 monthly, or $100 if you pay for the entire year. Again, you get a pretty big discount if you pay for a year subscription versus just month to month. Then the final tier, the third tier, is PlayStation Plus Premium. This provides all the benefits of the previous 2 tiers. You get all of that stuff, and it adds 340 more games. So now we're up to 740 games in there. And this includes PS3 games that are available via cloud streaming. And we're assuming that's cloud streaming only. So PS3 games will only be cloud streaming. A catalog of beloved classic games available in both streaming and download. So depending on the game, it might be only streaming, or you might be able to download it or stream it. So depending on the game itself. And that is from the original PlayStation, PS2, and PSP. So you'll be able to get all of the basic generations. You get PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5, and PSP games on here. Offer cloud streaming access for original, all that stuff. So you can, if you want to, you can stream all of it as well. You can game stream instead of downloading the full game. Time-limited game trials that will be offered on this tier, so customers can try select games before they buy. So this is not going to be like a game demo. This is actually going to be a trial of a game. So they'll say, hey, you can play this game for a certain amount of time before you have to buy it to see if you like it, to see if you really want to invest the money into buying the game fully. Now let's jump to the price. This is going to be $17.99, so $18 a month, or again, $120 a year. If you buy the yearly subscription, you get a steep discount. So, I mean, $18 each month is going to be way more than $120 a year. So you might want to consider, if you can, getting the yearly subscription versus just each month. Again, it depends on your finances, how you want to do it, but you get a discount if you do a full year of PlayStation Plus Premium. All these tiers, you get a discount if you do a full year subscription at the same time. The new extra and premium tiers represent a major evolution for PlayStation Plus. With these tiers, our key focus is to ensure that hundreds of games we offer will include the best quality content that sets us apart. At launch, we plan to include titles such as Death Stranding, God of War, Marvel's Spider-Man, Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, Mortal Kombat 11, and Returnal. We're working closely with our imaginative developers from PlayStation Studios and third-party partners to include some of the best gaming experiences available with a library that will regularly be refreshed. Again, this is just like Game Pass. More details to come on the games we've had our PlayStation Plus service. We'll add to it. When the PlayStation, this is really important. A lot of people might skip over this. When the new PlayStation Plus service launches, PlayStation Now will transition to the new PlayStation Plus offering and will no longer be available as a standalone service. PlayStation Now customers will migrate over to the PlayStation Plus Premium with no increase to their current subscription fees at launch. So, if you currently have PlayStation Now, which is the streaming service, it will transition over to a PlayStation Plus Premium, the highest tier PlayStation Plus Premium subscription at no additional cost. We don't know the details. They say they're going to give us some details later on. But I assume that like if you have 6 months left on your subscription, like if you bought the yearly subscription and you have like 6 months left, they will just transition that 6 months over to the premium tier. So you won't have to worry about anything for that. But we don't know those details. We're assuming that. That's not officially what PlayStation has said. So again, we're only going by what they're kind of inferring here. But that's what it seems like. They will just transition the rest of your subscription over to the premium tier, the best tier that there is. So that's really good. That's awesome. So let me go through some of the details that I noticed and kind of makes me compare and contrast some of the tiers. So PlayStation Plus Essential is basically just PlayStation Plus. You get your online multiplayer. You get your 2 games per month that they give you that you can download and play, and that's about it. There's no difference between regular PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Essentials. So that is going to be your bottom tier. That is the normal subscription for most people. If you want extras, you can get PlayStation Plus Extra, of course, and Premium. Both of these tiers offer you games that you can play out of their library. Again, this is very comparable to Game Pass over on Xbox. The only big difference is, number one, Game Pass will give you day one access. So when Halo comes out, day one, it's on Game Pass. As long as you're a subscriber to Game Pass, you don't have to buy the game. Whereas on PlayStation Plus, there is no official word on day one access. So essentially, you still have to buy brand new games if you are subscribed to Game or PlayStation Plus. There is no day one access. And I mean, that's kind of a deal breaker for me, because I think that Game Pass still offers a higher quality deal, a bigger bang for your buck, because anything that Microsoft puts out there, and even some games that Microsoft doesn't, they've made deals with third party, indie developers or other games, and they just said, hey, day one release, can you put it on Game Pass? That way people will be able to play it if they have a Game Pass subscription. And they have games like that. Whereas on PlayStation Plus, it doesn't seem like there's any mention of a day one game release on PlayStation Plus. Doesn't mean they won't do it. We don't know those details yet, but it doesn't seem like that's what they're doing, especially when they give you the list of games. I mean, when it launches in June, they're going to have Death Stranding, which is at least 3 years old at this point. God of War, not the God of War Ragnarok, it just says God of War. So the original one, or the redo, the restart of God of War, which came out a few years ago. Spider-Man Miles, all these games are at least a couple years old. So these aren't day one releases. And so that's kind of a, hey, Returnal, all these are very good games, and I'd love that they're included on the PlayStation Plus tiers, depending on which one you get. The other deal breaker for me is that there is a lot of streaming, which basically is PlayStation Now. So, and it's not a choice. Like with Xbox Game Pass, they give you a choice. Hey, you can download this game if you want to. But if you don't want to download the whole game, like you don't have enough room on your hard drive, with Game Pass, you can just stream it to your PC, to your phone. It's basically, you can stream any game you want. I shouldn't say any game. You can stream games if you want to, or you can download them. On PlayStation Plus, there are some games you have to stream because there is no way to emulate, no way to download. And specifically, that's for PS3 games. That makes sense because a PS3 was a really, really insanely complicated machine. Notoriously so. I mean, if anyone remembers the Skyrim stories, when it launched on PlayStation 3, it was a nightmare. And so it's probably insanely hard to emulate those, to do backwards compatibility with those. And so that's why you're forced to stream these games. For me, I don't like the input latency. So, when you push a button, it takes an extra half a second or a quarter of a second for it to register. So it feels a little bit slower to me. And on top of that, it takes up internet bandwidth. I don't know about you, but I'm limited. I have a set amount of internet I'm allowed to download. And so I don't want to use all that to play a game. I want to download a game that's like, especially an older game like a PS2 or a PS3 game. They're going to be smaller. Not, relative. They're still going to be a large game, but they're going to be smaller than a more recent game. And I don't have to keep downloading and streaming and taking my internet bandwidth to play the game that's not even at optimum settings. Like, it's still going to feel a little sluggish, a little bit, depending on your internet speed. What if I'm out in the middle of Alaska somewhere and my internet is really slow? I'm not going to be able to stream a game because it's just not going to be fast enough. So there are limitations, and the fact that if I have a slower internet connection, I can just download a game on Game Pass. It might take me a couple days to download it, but it's going to work and it's going to be great. Versus on PlayStation Plus, if I want to play a PS3 game, I'm going to have to stream it, and I can't stream it, number one, so I don't have access to that. Or if I barely make that list, my internet is just barely fast enough, it's not going to be a good experience. So I do think that it is a very good offering. I do think, in my personal opinion, Game Pass is still a little bit better. And of course, that depends on what you want to get and what you want to pay for what you get. The Game Pass Ultimate is officially $14.99, so $15 a month. That is the same tier as the mid-level tier of PlayStation Plus. The PlayStation Plus Extra is $15 a month, and the same thing for Game Pass Ultimate. Now, it depends on what you want. You get a little bit more of a library with PlayStation because they've been around for longer. You get PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, and PS5 games. If you go to the higher tier, you pay a little extra. You pay $2 a month. You get a little bit more of a library. But on the other side of the equation, you only pay $15 a month for the highest Game Pass plan, and that comes with day one releases. So if you're on Xbox and you want to play Halo, Gears of War, Starfield, Skyrim, all the games that Xbox owns officially at this point, they are all day one releases, so you don't have to pay extra to buy that game. Whereas on PlayStation Plus, you don't get those day one. They might eventually come later on. We don't know any of the time frame. They also might start doing day one releases, but officially they haven't announced that yet, so we don't know. But, overall, I think the offerings from Game Pass are a little bit better to me. But I want to hear what you guys think. What do you guys think is the best offering? Do you think PlayStation with a bigger library of games, it sounds like? Because over 700 games, that is a lot of games. And, of course, a lot of that's going to be older games, of course. PS1, PS2, PS3, all those kind of things. A little bit of a downside, some of those are only streaming. I don't know if you guys like to stream games or just download them and play them off of your hard drive. That's another factor to consider. But I want to know what you guys think. What do you think is a better offering? What do you guys prefer? And number one, be nice to each other down there in those comments, please. Everything is good. I think overall, this is a great thing. Competition is going to make these plans better. We're going to see more games get added to both of these services. And I think that you're going to see changes to both of them. PlayStation might add some more stuff to it. Game Pass, Xbox might add some more to it. Now that they're competing to see who has the better service, I think they're going to get better and better with age. So hopefully you guys liked the video. Hopefully it informed you, and I'll see you guys next time.